Hey, this is Heidy LaFleur, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about my coaching sessions. So after I come and do a presentation and you get to know me a little bit and build some trust, I love to coach teachers, I love to coach teams, and we coach on behavior, right? What's going on, what's real behavior happening in your classrooms and in your schools. Getting an outside perspective is something so huge for all of us. I believe we all need a coach, me included. Because when somebody can come in and look from the outside in, it takes the emotion out of it, it takes the day-to-day out of it, and then we talk about solutions. We talk about what can we control, what can we do to solve this issue, and how are we going to go about it. So I take you through the entire process, and I wanted to share a little bit about that with you today.
So an initial coaching session can be done virtually or can be done in person, your choice. Usually it takes an hour. With less people, it could take a half an hour or so. But here are the steps that we do. The purpose is to, first we describe success. What is success? What does a quote perfect day look like? And then what does a real school day look like? We're going to then celebrate what's working. We're going to discuss what needs work. We always talk about respecting voice equity with everybody in the group, always being solution focused, because obviously if we're together, there is some kind of an issue or problem, but let's be solution focused. And then we're going to leave it with at least one tool and then with a definite guide and plan of how we're going to go forward. So we always do team introductions. A couple things I like to ask people: your name, your career path, I love what, I can't stand this, favorite movie or TV show, AM drink of choice, best part of my job, just to kind of get to know each other and build that bond a little bit. And then we talk about that perfect school day. What is there really such thing as a perfect school day? How about a real school day? What does that look like? Taking the perspective of success versus perfection, because it's more about growth than it is about perfection, and then really concentrating on what we can control. So then we talk about celebrating what works. Where can we give shout outs? Is it people? Is it our team? Is it processes we're using now? Is it the growth that we've made, some programs we're using, student success, staff success? Because we always start with what we're doing well, because every single one of us, we're doing things well. Then we discuss what needs work. I call it rumbling with reality, right? So let's fill in the blank. Something is not successful because I feel frustrated with the success of something because, and we could be more successful if. So that's just where we start to brainstorm a little bit and talk about that. And then we become solution focused. What do we need to make it more productive and successful? And we have to define it. What role will each of us play? Because we all take accountability. One task that's in your control. What are we going to do to move forward? And then what role will each of you play? So we all, again, have that accountability piece. And then the follow-up feedback I give within 24 hours looks something like this. So it's going to look different for everybody, but I recap the session with some follow-up. And I talk about the celebrations. What did we celebrate? What did you guys tell me was the best of what's happening, right? Then we talk about definition of success. What were our definitions of success together as a team and individually? The main issues that were coming across. So in this 8th grade team, it was the main issues in the classroom. They gave me all kinds of things that we talked about. And then I asked for student backgrounds at the time, and they gave me student backgrounds. So then what I do is, with this recap, then I go into things to consider. So I talk about the issue, give some education on the issue, some suggestions, and then seeing it visually, like how can I see it? So those issues, they had classroom issues, then there were after lunch behaviors, passes, what was happening with passes, and again, each thing that was happening, each issue comes with some education, some suggestions, and then being able to see it visually. And then the last thing was power struggles. So educated a little bit on power struggles, some suggestions, and then see it. And then that follow up is always a goal. We set goals, and then we set another session, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depending on what we really want to do. We implement some strategies, we talk about those strategies, and then we follow up to see how we're doing. What went well, what didn't go well, what's driving you crazy, what are you happy with? So that is, in a nutshell, coaching with Heidi with a Y. So if you are interested in that, please give me a call at 773-988-7912. Shoot me an email at heidi.lafleur@gmail.com, and always visit my website, www.heidilafleur.com. Thank you so much. I hope you have an awesome day.